Welcome to the Last Lap Live. We've got nothing to talk about. We didn't race last week. I had a funeral and a marathon to run this weekend, and I have no idea what we're doing. But we wanted to be on the air so that you people didn't, get in the habit, forget about us and be in the habit of not watching. So thank you for coming on board. I know there's a few of you out there. I hope.
I did get a text message from Dave Kemmer just a little bit after 7 o'clock, wanting to know, no show tonight.
That's good. That's good. Dave, I know Dave puts his up on his big smart TV and watches it up there, so we're like big time at Dave's house. So hey, if you got anything that you want us to talk about, shoot us a text and maybe we'll talk about that. I don't imagine we'll be here for too awful long, but we'll see. We'll talk about what's going to happen next week and that sort of stuff.
You survived your marathon.
Yeah,
I'm
I did.
Still trying to wrap my head around why.
I'll tell you the story. This isn't about racing, but I guess I can talk about it since I'm a racer, right?
Yeah.
My brother asked me about, it was 2008, he said, hey, let's run a 5K. I'm like, okay, I've never run a 5K. Ran a few times over a few weeks.
And
we went, no.
No? Okay.
No, we went and ran a 5K. And I beat him by like 2 minutes. But anyway, because of the way things all worked out, he was in a different age class than me. He's a little younger than me. And I ended up getting a medal, a second place medal in my division.
I can see where this is going.
So I wore it for the next couple weeks every time I saw him, just because we're competitive like that, a friendly competition. So we ran the Glass City Marathon relay 2 years ago, and we were on the same team, and we didn't finish last. But last year he decided he wanted to run the half mile, or the half marathon. So he could get a sticker that said, congratulations, you quit halfway, I guess. So he runs the half marathon. My job was to meet him at a few spots and give him food or water or whatever he wanted. And then at the end, I had to be in the stadium and to take his picture when he came across the line with his arms in the air. Okay, got it. So I did that. I got the picture. I go down onto the field where he's at, and there's some other family there. And the first thing he says to me is, "It's not thanks for roadieing for me, not for getting the picture." He holds up his medal and he says, "You don't have one of these." That's the very first thing he says. I got to run the full, right? Yes, I do. So I half-heartedly trained this year, and I did the best I could because I'm definitely not a runner. But so yeah, Sunday I ran 26.2 miles in 5 hours and 53 minutes, and did everything I could to beat a 73-year-old man that's run 1,457 marathons. So just think about that. Multiply that times
I can't.
the 6 hours that he took, and then all the training that you got to do. But
well, if you're doing that many, you're probably not having to train, right? Because you're doing them a lot. Because that seems like a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't comprehend any of it.
I can't comprehend it either. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you were doing it, I was thinking, what the heck?
I wouldn't do it.
No.
I wouldn't. My brother's gonna do it so that we both have it, and we're the kind of competitive where I'll be there cheering for him, and I really hope he does it, and I don't care if he does it in 2 hours faster than me. When he gets to the end, we'll both have our medals. We'll give each other a high five, and we'll go fishing. That'll be it,
Then you'll compete on who gets the larger fish.
No, not really. We just find crazy things like that to do to kind of compete against each other. But it's always been a friendly type of thing.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah. So anyway, but I had that going on Sunday, and then unfortunately my grandma passed away, and your cousin passed away.
Yeah.
So I've got one segment tonight that's a leftover from last week, but we are going to have. Chris Gilbert, who is the C.J. Gilbert company photography, for C.J. Gilbert Photography, that's the track photographer at Fremont, and does the
That's
autofocus.
the banner I bet I just picked up.
Oh, he's finally got a sign.
Yes.
For underneath the grandstands.
There's a banner that Cody dropped off, and it was in a box, and I got my stuff out that I felt was important to me, and I was like, oh, this must be one of Rich's, and I'll bet it's that banner. Yep.
That'd be good. Because you don't really know where he's at down there.
Actually, I got one to cover up the other sign underneath the press box there.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good, too.
I'll bet that's what that is. That'll be up tomorrow.
Oh, good. Well, we'll tell him that when he comes on.
Yeah.
I tell you what do we want to do here? Like I said, there's not much to talk about from last week. Was there anything that...
Other than every minute of work that we put in the week before to get into our second night of racing, right? That we ran out our third night.
Yeah.
Banners all blew down. Place looked horrible. Just wind, the wind was horrible.
Yeah.
Cold, so that's all I did at Fremont Speedway.
But you got it all cleaned back up and it'll be
for
ready
the
to
most
go?
part.
this Saturday's supposed to be beautiful too.
Yeah, and
so.
Lindsay was painting today, so she's got all the steps painted under the covered grandstands, and at least it will. You know, we're weird. Us girls are a little bit. It doesn't mean a lot to you if the steps get painted, but it means a lot to us that it looks nice when people come in. So.
Good. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, we got a new sound setup for Shelly we're trying out. I don't know how it sounds, so if you want to shoot me a text on that and let me know. We're just trying some different things. But she was also leaning forward a little bit there, too, trying to help that out.
I've got a sore back, so I'm trying to find a comfy
You're not going to get
spot.
any sympathy from soreness from me.
I know. I did not run
26.2. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it's a stupid long way. Let's go ahead and run that. I got one spectator sound off. We got a couple kids. I told you last week we had a kid who came for his first night. Threw him together with another kid. Play that. We can come back and comment on that, and then we'll go to commercial and come back with Chris. So go ahead, Steven.
All right, go ahead and give me your name.
Corbin Keegan.
What's your name?
Jacob Collins. This is my first time.
So what is it again?
Corbin Keegan. I thought it was pretty cool.
What's your name?
Corbin Keegan.
What was your favorite part about the night?
When 3 cars got together and flipped over.
That was your favorite part?
My favorite part was the crashes.
We gotta stop asking that question, I guess. Who's your favorite race car driver?
You.
What's my name? Did you get anything to eat up there? What'd you get?
Got a bag of popcorn. That's the only food I got, but I got a slushie and a Pepsi.
Did you get anything to eat tonight?
No.
You didn't get him anything to eat?
No.
Poor kid's starving to death.
I was eating M&M's.
Well, M&M's is something.
Oh, come on.
What's it like being in front of all these people here? Look at these adoring fans.
It makes me nervous.
It does? You don't seem nervous at all.
Oh, on the inside I am.
Thanks for coming on again. What was your name again?
Corbin Keegan.
Well, you got to watch that segment.
I
We were
missed
here
it.
talking. We weren't even watching that. It's Corbin Keegan. I asked him 3 times in a row.
Who did Corbin Keegan belong to? Do we know?
Keegan.
One of the
Mr. and Mrs. Keegan.
Those Keegans?
Yeah,
okay.
those Keegans.
I wasn't sure.
I asked him his name 3 times, and then he didn't realize that when I finally asked him the question, I said Keegan instead of Corbin, but he didn't say that. Anyway, so that was just a leftover I had from last week. I didn't have time to get out and talk with John or do a segment with Mike Linder.
It was just so. Usually when we don't race, it seems like you have a little bit of extra time. But even though we didn't race, there's.
Something always fills it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like you said, you had a funeral. I had a funeral. I had family in from
Right.
out of town that I normally don't get to see.
This week though, we should have some time. I'll probably actually I'll probably maintenance the race car this week.
You think?
Maybe. We'll see. All right, let's. I don't know. I had some question on the creepy Taco Bell commercial where the girl's boyfriend kissed the dad. So maybe we don't want to play that one. Kind of creep people out. But go ahead and we'll go to commercial and we'll come back with Chris Gilbert.
Hi, welcome back to The Last Lap Live. I'm your host with my guest Brian Smith and Shelly Liskey.
That was really
And this is
good.
Out of Focus Live,
Wait a minute.
and you're on.
You can't take over my show already. I haven't had that.
I liked it.
So you have no idea how nervous he is to come up with that and then try and get that all off. I'm impressed that you got that all out.
That's what I do.
So, if you didn't know, this is Chris Gilbert that does the...
Wait, you're interrupting my segment.
Okay, go ahead.
Cue intro music. Okay. If you could bring back any race car driver from the past to race against, who would it be?
Chris Gilbert.
I'm still alive. It's
Yeah, but
the
you
present.
raced in the past.
Okay. Pick another one.
We didn't rehearse this. I didn't know that I was going to get
No,
questions on my
I'm
own
actually
show.
like wondering what you're gonna say.
Now I got to think of a bunch of dead race car drivers. And my grandma just died too. How does that make you feel?
I'm
Oh,
fine.
that's low.
Jeez.
No.
That's a tough question. I don't know. The best part about this would be that I can edit this out for the segment to make it look like it was really quick, though.
Well, later. But it's live right now, so you gotta pick somebody.
Dickless guy.
I was hoping you'd say that because that's who I would have picked.
Well, I wasn't gonna ask you.
Okay, done.
Well, why not?
So you think he would come back to race against you and finish 6th so you could beat him? Oh, anyway.
You know, I said that he was funny before, and now I'm not so sure.
I've
I'm
just
kinda
heard
regretting
him
this statement.
speak more right now than I have in 2 seasons.
Did you come up with any questions since you didn't really know who he is and you got him as your track photographer?
I just asked Tanya. If I need anything, I just go to Tanya.
So you don't even need to know anything about him because you can go through her.
If he's got his camera, I think he's good to go. Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. He doesn't complain. He doesn't ask me for anything. Yeah, we're good. We got a really good relationship going here.
So are you going to do this next year too?
I don't know.
I got to try and think.
I got a
questions to
banner.
Put him on the spot.
I just realized
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah.
30 seconds ago or a
Yeah.
minute ago, I believe
heard
that's
about
what's
that.
in that box.
And you're going to have your name on the front of the
press
scoring
box,
tower
yeah.
too, the press box too, finally.
Well,
So that
I
means you got to
guess-
stick around a while.
I guess so.
And they're probably going to be mad because they really want a remodeled press box. And they'll be like, oh.
That's the
you got-
remodeling. Is you put
That's
the
it.
banner on
That's
the front?
that's how I'm going to pass it.
All right, let's get the crappy interview stuff. We don't
Play
want
outro
guests.
music for my segment.
Yeah. we don't want interview. We don't want guests on the show anymore because they're boring, and now he's not.
Thanks.
He hasn't been boring so far. But so we got to ask you who the heck you are, what do you do, how long you been taking pictures, all that kind of stuff. Go.
Well,
All right.
Chris Gilbert.
Do we have any more commercials we can play?
I'll see you at the track.
Saturday.
Oh,
Saturday. Sunny and 70. It'll be beautiful. Which is about the temperature that he comes outside, by the way.
Well,
Normally when it's in the 50s or 40s, he doesn't even come outside.
I feel you. Yeah, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't either.
He wouldn't even been at the racetrack on Saturday, I bet, because it was too cold, even if we had raced.
It was cold.
And windy.
It was nasty cold.
So back to the questions. How long have you been taking photos? And why'd you want to do this anyway?
I started taking pictures at the track when I was like 11 on an old 110 camera.
Is that one of
Standing
those
in-
little square ones?
Yeah,
Yep.
standing in turn 1, right past the grandstands where the opening used to be and the Gremlins parked.
Can you hear him?
That's where I was.
Can anybody hear him out there? He's one of the guys that's always complaining about the sound. Can you?
You can't move
Can you
that.
hear that?
It's really loud out there, I bet.
Is it? That's going to drive you nuts when you go back and watch this because you're going to watch
I'm
yourself
not
on
going to
TV.
go back and watch this.
You're not
Nobody
gonna see
wants to see that.
I always watch it the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How have the segments been? Any good?
I like them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That makes the show better than when you have somebody get interviewed like this. You got anything else to say?
Yeah, you want to hear my next question for you?
Now, is this a question that you're going to ask at the races for the out of focus segment, or is this just the
Maybe
live out of focus segment
the
question?
first question I asked you maybe later in the year, because I don't want people to be prepared.
Right.
It's guerrilla tactics. Who would win between a match race and you and your dad, who used to race in the 602 late model?
Oh, that would easily be me. That would be me, because he would drive in way too. He's out there too. He would drive in way too hard and spin out. That's just how he was. He just drove it in. He always bragged that he drove it in harder than anybody else. And the problem was that he always came out worse than everybody else. But he drove it in harder than everybody else. I agree with that. So I would say me. Plus he's old too. Now wait for 40 seconds till he gets that answer, and then you'll hear a knock on the door.
No, they're talking. I can hear them out there. I think they're ignoring us, and they're just.
No.
No, that's actually our sound out there that you can hear.
Oh,
that.
is it? Well, I can hear me.
Yeah. This is funny here. Anyway, he's gonna get a new experience driving. By the way, he bought a big motorhome. It's 30 foot or something. up on the wheel like this now.
Is that what he
so-
drove up here?
No, he didn't drive that up
No.
here. He drove his regular car up here, but they're coming up later. He'll be up for the Johnny Oxter days, I believe. I
Start
think,
is-
or the Legends race somewhere in there.
I think.
Yeah. When is the Johnny Oxter
The
race?
Legends race is June 6th, and the
Right.
Oxters is the Friday, Saturday of Speed Week, so 1920 maybe? Well, I guess I actually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1920.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he's here for that, but
but maybe
yeah.
for the Hall of Fame
So what are
inductions.
they doing
Yep.
for the Johnny Oxter?
the question from Steven was, what are they doing for the Johnny Oxter days? We don't have anything else to talk about. Let's go ahead and explain what that's all about.
Okay.
That's you. I don't know. You don't know either?
I know that
Chris, what's that all about?
It's a 2-day vintage car show.
We need to have Randy Mapus come in
with
and talk
some
about
tractor,
that.
old,
We should.
like some old tractor
It says Vintage Nationals and Tractor Show.
tractor pulls or something. Yeah.
So I talked to Randy a little bit. He said they're going to have, maybe it's Saturday night, they're going to have some regular type races on Saturday with the vintage cars. So I'm assuming it's going to be friendly stage kind of thing, but
Oh, like
Cars.
races amongst the vintage,
Yeah,
vintage
the
cars.
vintage
Yeah,
cars.
I did
Like
hear
down the
that.
track.
Yeah, I
Yep.
did hear that we're going to have some like exhibition races
right.
and
Unless they have a wild Friday night and then they're going to race tractors on Saturday around the track, that I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I didn't get real heavily involved in that. That's why I look like a deer in headlights when
Oh,
you
okay.
asked me. Kick It comes up real close to shortly. I know I seen you sporting your Gressman Power Sports, and I do
I
have
did
to.
that. In case we didn't have anything to talk about, that would spur your
I've been like
ideas.
hot on it this week, trying to get things because I'm doing the 3 things all that one week.
You like being here when we're talking like
Yeah,
this?
it's like I'm watching a tennis match.
Is it? You got anything to
Flicking back
add?
and forth between them.
You got anything to add?
You got any questions to ask?
I didn't come here prepared. I talked to you. I work with Chris, so I see him all day. So I really don't talk to him that much there either. But what kind of style would you say that your photography is? Is it kind of Rick Rare with everything pointed up in the air angle, or is it kind of DB3 everything pointed down into the ground angle, or what's your style?
Spray and pray.
Spray.
Just hold the
Spray.
button down and one of them will turn out okay.
Really? Does it always work out that way?
No.
Tell the people how they can get pictures from you. By the way, you got the
I'll
booth
go down
underneath
behind the grandstands.
That's where I put my arm. I'm the host.
Yeah.
You're
well,
just the segment.
I got the front. You can have the back. It's not gay.
It's got a pretty nifty setup down there this year.
Yeah, everything's on computers other than the stuff last year.
So you can go up there and you got a touch screen that.
It's not a touchscreen. I'm not that fancy. But you can use a mouse and go through all my photos, select what you want, and we'll print it out right there in 8x10 or 4x6. Or you can go to my website on your cell phone as you're sitting in the stands,
Give your website while you're at it.
cjgilbertphotography.com, and order your pictures online, and they'll be printed out, and you can pick them up anytime during the races.
Oh, I did not know that. That's good to
That's
know.
pretty fancy.
That is good to know.
Can you request pictures from you? Like if they see you walking by?
Yeah,
So you can tell, like I want a picture of the Black 5 next to the Senebogen 19.
yeah, I had a request last year for dirt trucks for the 1, the 3X, and the 7 all next to each other on the track. And I can't make things happen, but I did end up getting it towards the end of the year.
All right, so the text make the show better, funnier for me. I'll have to show you that later. I don't know that I can share that, but that was pretty funny.
Great.
What else should we ask this guy? Because we don't want this to go, drag on and get boring. Is that about all we got for him? What time is it?
Oh.
Can we stop talking?
Well,
Yeah.
it's been a quiet week in racing, I think, other than the All-Stars out to PA. I looked all over for news and racing, and I didn't see a whole lot today.
Christopher Bell's racing all 3 nights of the World Outlaws,
Where's that?
wherever they are.
Let's not
This
bring
coming weekend?
Yeah.
They're at Hobstadt on Sunday. I know that because I keep contemplating, is 6.5 hours really as long as it sounds like it is to go out
Because you can
there?
go see the boy out there,
I
right?
can, but 6.5 hours out isn't horrible, terrible.
It's the 6.5.
It's the
back.
6.5 back after a race night.
Don't they have somebody on that team that can get you a helicopter or something to fly you back?
I don't think so. Christopher don't get to fly first class either, so
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking they're not going to waste their flyer mileage on me. But then next weekend they're at Eldora. Friday, Saturday.
But we'll be at Fremont Saturday, so you
I
can't
know.
go.
The boss show.
It's a boss show at Fremont next week?
Yes,
I got the schedule right here. I suppose I could look. Well, that's good. I get to take the wing off.
it is a bus show, but
What do you prefer shooting, the wing cars or the non-wing cars?
I like them both. The non-wing gives me something different than the weekly routine.
Plus, you're not really paying attention to them. You're just kind of clicking.
you like that bus show, don't you?
I like all the non-wing shows. There's 3 of them this year.
Yeah.
The Mike Hensel Memorial on August 15th.
That's later this year, isn't it? Did we
yeah.
go that late? It was
No, it was
earlier.
it was
Probably
early
this,
May last year.
This
Yeah, it
first
would have been the
bus.
first
Yep.
one.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They, I'm not sure what worked out there. There was some kind of scheduling that there was behind the scenes that I don't know about that they got. They got that sorted out. But the Hensel family, we're going to have a car that looks like Mike Hensel's car. For that race.
The same one from the Tiffin Mill show?
Yeah, yep. My car will have the 33s on it for that deal. Great family. I think that's about all I got. I got things to do, places to see.
Well, we got to mention we got free camping
Gotta
this
finish
weekend.
my
It's supposed to be beautiful outside, so
Free camping this
free
weekend?
camping this weekend.
That's good.
Yeah.
And well, we might as well just talk about what we got coming up this
Back
week.
in the track and across the street.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I should ask that question.
Yeah, you should.
I don't have to
You should
anymore.
be a host, like me.
We actually got a lot of some kind of cool stuff coming up. We got the mascot night, and there's quite a few mascots coming out for that. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with all of them.
What are some of the mascots you got? Can you tell us?
Well, of course, we got a couple of the schools, Gibsonburg, of course, because that's my alma mater. So they're coming. Woodmore, I believe. Wendy's going to be there. The whatever Frickers is. I want to say I have 10.
Chicken? Yeah.
Yeah, I have 10 confirmed, and Michelle Gressman's actually helping do a lot of that. So I'm not.
The Boss Series has a mascot. Correct?
Yeah, they
so
do.
that'll be there. They have a
Yep.
bear. Is it a bear?
Is it a bear? It's a beaver.
Beaver?
Is it a beaver?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. Is it a beaver, Steven?
I don't know.
It's the boss.
The boss beaver?
Bruce Springsteen, show up.
I'm thinking it's a beaver.
Can you make that happen? He's Italian. He can make some interesting things happen. Probably shouldn't say that live on the air, though.
All right.
Watch them eyebrows. That's when things start to happen.
I did get 10,000 free student tickets packaged up and ready to ship out. I'm going to try getting that done tomorrow, maybe Thursday.
What night is that?
That is May 16th.
That's the race into summer night. Is
Yep.
the free kids?
Yep. Always an interesting night when the minivans pull up to the hen house there and they slide the door open, and every kid that's packed in there, they dump them off and say, "I'll see you at 10."
Are you gonna reschedule the fan zone so people
Yeah.
can save their posters?
We are. I don't know when. We've talked about it, and I actually had Stuart Brubaker's mom called me, and I didn't get to take that call, and I haven't got to call her back yet, but only because I don't have an answer for her. I don't know when we're gonna, but we are gonna put it back in there somewhere.
So save all your race car drivers' heads on a stick so you can hold them.
Yeah.
That's right. He's doing a good job.
Yes.
I think I should leave and let you finish. Think you could finish the show? I didn't make any notes, so you could do it just as well as I could. All right. Well, like I said, we didn't race, but we still wanted to get out here and get on.
Fast weekend
show.
coming up also, I believe.
Yep. This
Yep,
weekend,
Friday,
then the
Saturday.
boss race, then another fast weekend.
Yep. Well,
There you
that's creepy.
What's that?
That dead silence. Did you
Yeah.
not catch that?
I know, that's what I was trying to
I'm
avoid.
thinking,
I'm trying to get out of here so we don't
say
have that.
something.
Hey, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, I believe, and at thelastlaplive.com. You can check out the old shows. Don't forget to come down to my trailer, which is just across from the pit booth after the races if you're a fan, and we'll try and get you ridiculed on the spectator sound off. Chris will be out interviewing race car drivers and
I
doing
have
his
to
thing.
shout out
Don't run
to
from me.
Scott and Michelle Gressman's little boy Keegan. Michelle tells me he is at the screen every week yelling, "Hi Shelly, hi Shelly."
Oh, that's good.
So, hey Keegan.
Good. All right. Stephen, thanks again. I'm hoping that the sound worked out good. We're still working on that. And we will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. We got a late start tonight, but we should be back next Tuesday at 7 p.m. So go ahead and take us out. We'll see you.
Never